Welcome to this presentation on The Rape of the Lock by Alexander Pope, a poem that brilliantly combines wit, satire, and social commentary. I am Varleen Kaur, student of MA English at Kanya Mahavidyalaya, and today I will take you through Pope's masterpiece, examining its background, themes, style, and critical significance in the literary canon. This presentation will cover an introduction to the poem, its historical background, genre and style, characters, major themes, canto-wise analysis, Pope's satirical intent, critical reception, and a concluding evaluation. Written by Alexander Pope in 1712 and later expanded in 1714, The Rape of the Lock is a mock epic poem that humorously exaggerates a real-life quarrel between two aristocratic families over a stolen lock of hair. The poem transforms a trivial incident into a grand narrative, using classical epic convention to satirize the vanity and superficiality of the 18th century upper class. The poem reflects the materialistic and the pleasure-seeking society of the early 18th century, where social reputation and outward appearances held more value than moral depth. Pope critiques the aristocracy's obsession with trivialities and highlights how their world was governed by artifice rather than substance. This poem is a mock epic, meaning it applies the grandeur of classical epic poetry to an insignificant event. Pope skillfully employs heroic couplets, giving the poem a rhythm that reinforces both its seriousness and its humor. The incursion of supernatural elements such as self and norms mirrors the divine interventions found in the traditional epics like Paradise Lost. But here, they protect cosmetic and hair instead of heroic warrior. The main characters include Belinda, a beautiful, vain young woman who represents the aristocracy's obsession with appearance and reputation. The Baron, the antagonist who cuts Belinda's lock, symbolizing male entitlement and the trivial nature of aristocratic feuds. Ariel, Belinda's guardian self, embodying the idea that women's purity is protected by supernatural forces. Major themes include the entire poem ridicules the exaggerated reactions of the upper class to the trivial matters. Belinda's beauty and the social charm hide a lack of depth, highlighting Pope's critique of superficiality. The battle over a lock of the hair symbolizes gender tensions, where women are admired yet controlled. Despite all precautions, Belinda's fate is inevitable, reinforcing Pope's ironic take on destiny. The poem opened with Belinda's dream, where the Ariel warns her of an impending disaster. Pope sets the stage for an exaggerated conflict, mimicking the prophecies found in traditional epic. Belinda's beauty is described in the hyperbolic term, equating her to a goddess. The Baron's determination to obtain her lock mirrors the heroic aspiration of epic warrior. A card game Omer, described as a metaphorical battle, precedes the actual rape, the cutting of Belinda's lock. The triviality of the act is contrasted with its dramatic presentation. The Belinda laments her loss, and the Pope humorously equates her suffering with that of a tragic heroine. However, Clarissa questions the importance of beauty to Belinda. A mock battle ensues, but the lock is lost forever, ascending into the heavens as a star, reinforcing Pope's blend of ridiculous and the sublime. The Pope's satire is multi-layered. He mocks not just the aristocracy's trivial pursuit, but also human nature's tendency to over dramatize personal grievances. He employed wit and irony rather than direct condemnation, making his critique more palatable. The poem uses of epic conventions to narrate a petty quarrel exposes the absurdity of how society magnifies the insignificant events. Upon its release, The Rape of the Lock was widely praised for its wit and refinement. Critics admired its polished heroic couplet and clever use of irony.